What's up, everybody, and welcome to another Bronze to Mythic draft video. This time we are on draft number 14. If you caught the last video, thank you. You saw an absolute banger. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but you should probably go watch the last video. It was a fun ride. We got to do some fun things and do a decent run. I'm not going to spoil it. You're gonna go watch that video all on your own. So let's go check in with how we're doing so far. We are currently in Platinum 4. We're ruining it. We're ruining it. How we did last time. We got a good run last time is the short of it. It was a fun little 7-2 run. So go check out the draft, the thought process behind the draft. And we haven't had a fun game 5 or 6. So if you go in there, check out game 5 or 6. And that's recovering after an earlier draft today of 0 and 3. That was rough. Absolutely rough. We got blown out of the water. And that sucked. Okay. So let's go ahead, jump in the game. We'll do a little profile proof here. We're in Platinum Tier 4. This is where things start to get spicy. As you can see, it's going to take 5 pips to move up in rank. And now in Platinum, every loss is a pip and every win is a pip. So you need to win about twice as much as you lose. So as long as you have a 51% or greater win rate, you will eventually get there. But obviously at 51%, you're going to take forever. And that is my current win rate is 51%. So we really need to start pushing that up to about 66% is the target, because that means I'll win as twice as much as I'll lose, and we'll kind of cruise right through. And then that usually means, you know, right around that 6 wins is mathematically where we want to be. Financially, where we want to be, we have a couple pillars to keep in mind. The first pillar is 3 wins. 3 wins is a 50% win rate, so that's not terrible from a mathematical standpoint. But the big thing is moving from 2 wins to 3 wins is 250 gems at 2 wins versus 1,000 gems at 3 wins. Like, going infinite is really important in this process as well, because you don't want to be just dumping a bunch of money into this process. Where true infinite happens, though, is at 5 wins. Now we get 1,600 gems because it's a 1,500 gem buy-in. And that's, you know, really great win percentage as well. That's right around like 60-ish%, right in there, like 62%. So that's a good win rate as well. So getting about 5 wins is really good. 6 wins is mathematically where we want to be. We do use untapped GG. However, recently I have decided to turn off the suggestions because I want to start being able to do this on my own. But 2, they were like beacons in the night for me. Like, I was like, oh, I got to do this card. I got to do this card. And versus taking a look at the play field and say, okay, what is actually a good card here? So we have a couple good options. Peer into the Veil, discard your hand, draw X cards, where X is the number of card types among cards in your graveyard. But we have 2 really good uncommons here that I like a lot. So Paranormal Analyst is a great way to protect any cards that you manifest dread. This is a way to manifest dread and give it flying. It did a lot of work for us in the previous dread draft. This is also a really good card. However, Survival is probably one of the worst archetypes out of the bunch. I mean, if we go here, Survival is white-green at 16%. So it was pretty bad. It's a crapshoot between these 2. I'm probably going to grab Paranormal Analyst again. Nice little 1/3, plus saves me from decking out. I almost decked out in a game last time, but they killed me before I actually decked out. Wickerfolk Thresher. This thing is really good. If you have Delirium, you can look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may put it into the battlefield. If you don't put the card onto the battlefield, put it into your hand. I do really like Wickerfolk Thresher. It's a 4 mana 5/4, so it's a good body. Patched Plaything is also a solid card. Disturbing Mirth is really good too if you get into like a black-red Sacrifice. And then Kona is also really good. As tapped, you may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. So I don't. We might try this one. It's a 4/3 for 4, and then you get to put a card from your hand onto the battlefield if it survives. Versus grabbing a land card for the ramp. I think survival is just a little too hard, so I think I'm gonna grab the Wicker Folk over that. Curse Windbreaker. I mean, Unable to Scream is also really good. It's an enchantment, but Curse Windbreaker is pretty good. That looks like we're potentially going down the route of blue-green Manifest again. But we want to keep ourselves open. I really do like Moldering Gym if we're going Manifest. If we take a look back here and say, like, take a step back, is there anything here that's just really good on its own? Again, Survival Mechanic is just too hard. Tunnel Surveyor is pretty good. It does give us a Glimmer enchantment, which could help with like Eerie if we're doing Eerie. But I think grabbing a land and being able to manifest a 5/5 is pretty good by itself. The coffee is officially dead. So Attack in the Box is pretty good, especially if you're trying to get Delirium. We just have straight up Manifest Dread is another great card. I think we just grab Manifest Dread here. The Weary Watchdog is not a bad one either. Gotta chug the water. Or Weary Watchdog. Has all activated abilities of creatures you control that don't have the same name as this creature. So, like, it's weird. It's weird. I don't know what to do with it. We have a counterspell, which isn't terrible. I like Weary Watchdog, though. Target creature can't be blocked this turn is not bad. Bear Trap for removal. I've seen that do some work. We also have a 4/2. This is an enchantment creature, so it can help with Delirium. I think I would rather take this because it can block something in the air. I love Stalked Researcher. It did work for us with the Eerie. We also see that green is open if Manifest Dread is getting this deep, and so is blue, it looks like. We might be getting close to a similar deck as we had last time. It got us 7 wins. It got us 7 wins. See if we can get some of the staple blue-green cards too. We grabbed Dagger Maw before. We got to turn it over once before, but it is an island cycling, so basically it just gives me access to an island if I need it. Where are all the cards hanging out? Over here. Adderdag, J-Pop, hanging on. Another Stalked Researcher. We'll take it. We'll take it. We like the bodies. Well, the theme of this is kind of cool. So it's a Stalked Researcher. So the researcher is being stalked. And then if Eerie activates, which is an enchantment enters or you fully unlock a room, it can now attack. So it's like, you get a picture of this. You got this researcher. Oh, we're over here in drafting. Oh. We're not doing anything correctly. Maybe Horde bigger? Cult Healer, land. We'll just grab a Cult Healer. Attack in the box actually might be used. I don't mind attack in the box, especially if we're trying to get Delirium. Delirium, we have a couple like Paranormal or Wicker Folk. Silent Creeper does work. Absolutely. This is a lightning rod. It's an enchantment creature as well. Like, it can't be blocked, and then when it deals damage to a opponent, you put a 1/1 counter on it. You draw a card, and then usually you're probably going to do a draw card first, and then put a 1/1 counter on it, and then make it a copy of something else. So if you have something big on the table, it just gets crazy. Usually, like if you have something flying, that's what wrecked me with it. Oh, and the Mind Skinner. Did we do the Mind Skinner again? We have to do the Mind Skinner again. Okay, we have a Mind Skinner, people. We have a Mind Skinner. Mind Skinner got us a win last time. That's fucking fantastic. I would probably grab a Frantic Strength here. Fear to Fail Test is nice for card draw. Haunted Screen. Neither one of those are the colors that we have, so we have to pay a life if we want that. Clammy Prowler is like decent too. It just allows something to get through. But the Frantic Strength, being able to flash that in, definitely helped us a few times. Plus, it's an enchantment. This is also an enchantment, but I think it's a little underrated. Another Paranormal, I think would be great. Save us some of our cards that we're pitching. A Bashful Beastie is probably what I'm going to grab over Meat Locker here to help us manifest Dread. We definitely want some more ways to manifest Dread. Yeah, dude, I'm so excited that we got another Mind Skinner. If we get another Mind Skinner win, I'm going to lose it. I'll fucking lose it. Oh my god. That's so funny. And a Growing Dread. All right. Blue green is open again. We'll take it. We're pick 5. Pick 5, pack 2. And a Cryptid Inspector. Yup. We'll snag one of those. Who's holding on to all the packs? Oh, the people right after me. Don't really have a ton of reason besides Wicker Folk, Thresher to have so we already have a Frantic Strength. Do we grab a Clammy Prowler? So the Frantic Strength allows a Manifest Dread to basically punch above its weight. And it's an enchantment, which still helps. And like creatures are definitely going to get in the graveyard. This also just helps things slip through. I value the other thing more. Malevolent Chandelier would be really nice, actually, in this particular case. Being able to put stuff back into my library. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Enter the Enigma. So that's another way to help things. So it's a 1 mana card draw, plus I can allow something to slip through and get some damage. Or call out a removal. Like, so if I target my card and they don't remove it, it's going to do a bunch of damage. Oof. Fear Failed Test is an enchantment creature. I think we've been talking about Clammy Prowler long enough that we should just grab one. Ooh. Ghostly Keybearer. If we're going to do a survival card... Okay, we got to let... Okay, take a step back. Take a step back. Underwater Tunnel does allow us to manifest Dread with a 1/1 counter on it. It does allow... If I do manage to get survivals, because I have Enter Enigma, I can pull a card out of my hand and onto the battlefield. This does give me a 1/1 Glimmer. So this is essentially a 4/4 for 3 and card draw. Or this allows me to put a card. So if I had like a Dagger Maw in my hand, I could put that onto the battlefield. I think we're going to try it. We're going to try it. Ooh, Fear of Falling or Patchwork Beastie. I think Fear of Falling is going to be better. Oblivious Bookworm, obviously. So we got the pair working. Also, we have a stocked paranormal analyst. So we got the trifecta there of cards that we need. They're all going to synergize off Manifest Dread. So we don't have enough rooms. I think we take the land here. Another Growing Dread. Saw, Sacrifice, Living Phone. I think we grab a Wary Watchdog. I would like more ways to manifest Dread, though. I think we might need to hand jam some manifest Dread. Probably don't need these. Attack in the box. Draw 2 cards. Yeah. Living Phones. I mean, nothing's really speaking to me here. Grasping Longneck. Just a 3/3 flyer is pretty good, though. Clammy Prowler. Or do we do a Bear Trap? Yeah, we don't have as many ways to manifest Dread as we did before. Another Clammy Prowler. Okay, let's take a look. So, I want to look at Dread. We have some interplay with Manifest Dread. So this does Manifest Dread by itself. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ways to Manifest Dread. And then the rest of the things is just to keep it all alive, really. We can get rid of that. Wary Watchdog is not terrible. Silent Hall Creeper. Probably get rid of the peeping. What do we have for land distribution? We have 17 blue. Minus a forest, run a 16. We're keeping a couple of these guys because they're essentially land draw. Malevolent Chandelier. I don't think we need 2 of them. Clammy Prowler. Probably don't need 3 of those. Cryptid Inspector. Mind Skinner. We're keeping those. Card draw for 1's not terrible. And then making it so something can't block. Well, we're not manifest dreading as much as we were before. So I guess we can get rid of the chandelier. Two 5 for 3. I think we get rid of that then. But it is going to allow some of our like big stuff to get through. 3/3. We got some flying stuff. Kona. So the plan actually should probably be Clammy Prowler to trigger Kona. Can't be blocked. And then now I can drop big cards. I think we run a 43 special because then these 2 cards are also lands for us. So it's really like a 41. And then this is card draw. So, and then this is more lands. So yeah. Done. Let's do it. So get your predictions in now. We're about 22, 23 minutes into the video. Or the draft if you're catching it live. So if you made it this far already, you know you're going to watch the game. So you might as well like the video, comment below, subscribe if you're on YouTube, follow along if you're on Twitch. All of it is super appreciated. I love all of the support that we're getting. But the game plan here is Manifest Dread, protect the cards, and let them slip through with things like Clammy Prowler. We're going to have Silent Hall Creeper, enter Enigma, allow, hopefully, Kona the Rescue Beastie to slide through, and then me playing some of these big cards like Slavering Branch Snapper, Daggermaw Megalodon, Wickerfolk Thresher. We also have Bashful Beastie, and Fear of Falling is going to have Evasion all by itself. But this is the goal. We have a lot of synergies with Manifest Dread, with Growing Dread, Oblivious Bookworm, Cryptid Inspector, and then also we have 2 Paranormal Analysts. So let's go make this happen. All right, game 1 in Platinum 4. 2 wins or less. 2 wins or less. Michael, not a believer. Michael is not a believer. I think Michael was talking shit about our last deck not going 7 wins either. So I don't know, Michael. I don't know. All right, we good land, so we have a good path here. Right into Stocked Researcher. And then we're 1 mana shy of Fear of Fallen. Minimum 7 wins. There we go. We got a believer. We'll do this. Cryptid Inspector. Take the 3. Already got a land in the graveyard. Counter target spell. Nice. Okay. Whenever you manifest dread. Okay. Getting rid of all of my stuff. There goes all of my removal. Or all of my stuff. I've used 2 removal already. Okay. Nice, nice. This is another enchantment. So we play this. So we get to put the card back in our hand. Manifest Dread. I think I want the land. I want the land. So that goes back to my hand. And now I can do Fear of Falling. Okay. It's a 4/4. Or we can do a Slavery and Branch Snapper. Okay. An Aberrant Oculus, dude. That thing is insane. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get around that Aberrant Oculus. No, they're going to lock down my Fear of Falling. Okay, it was a creature, so. This one's lost. I got it. That's crazy. They got an Aberrant Oculus, which is just absolutely insane. That's made its way into some of the modern decks. The like Frogtide decks are running those now. It's like Dimmer Murktide or Dimir Murktide, and the Frogtide version of that are starting to run that Aberrant Oculus, because being able to manifest Dread every turn and have a 5/5 flyer is just absolutely insane. Okay, we're gonna mulligan. Much better. Much better. Keep 6. So, Wary Watchdog on 2. Actually, we'll do this. That was a tough call. I just wanted the extra Manifest Dread trigger. Was the goal. All right, all right. Okay, got some of those lands out of the way. Put another flyer out there. Now things are getting difficult. Glimmer Light. Surveil. That's fucking funny. Now I got a lightning rod on the table, so if they do anything with removal, they're probably gonna have to target the Mind Skinner. How many cards do they have? 28? Leaving the 5 damage in the air. What do you got? What are you doing? Ooh, funny fact. If I swing with all of these, I'm going to actually hit for 15 cards milled. There's a blue. Okay.
Out of the shadows and into the fray.
Okay. What you thinking about, bud?
Aha. Now I know your weakness.
Okay.
I'll make a new plan.
Yeah, we'll keep that there. And then the goal is to make a copy of the Mind Skinner. We'll take it. We'll take it. All right, we got a win on the board. How are we? Man, I'm a terrible streamer today. We're over here. And then we're over here. We're at 1 win. And 1 loss. All right, 1 and 1. We got the platinum slump off. I don't know the platinum rust. What do we call it? Six more wins. There we go. Decent. We'll keep it because it's a good mana base. We'll get a 4th land. We'll get an Oblivious Bookworm. If need be, then we can Fanatic Strength it. Decline. All right. There's a removal. A Cryptid Inspector. Then we can Moldering Gem. Resolve. Forest. That gives us 5. So we could play Bashful Beastie. Or this guy. Let's play this guy. Whenever you Eerie, gets +2/+2 and gains lifelink until end of turn. Okay. Drew some removal. +2, so it's not enough to kill the other thing. This is, though. Okay. Good mill, good mill. Not great mill. All right, here's the thought. We could either Paranormal Activity, swing with this, Frantic Strength it, know that we'll kill something, and then I get to Manifest Dread. Okay. Okay. So now if Spectral Snatcher attacks, though, I can still Frantic Strength and kill it. I had 2 swamps in 2 months, and I wanted to play 2 black creature, then use another black for Final Vengeance. Guess how auto tap screwed me? Oh, that's always fun. Every time. Every time. I think it does +3/+3, not +2/+2. many cards do they have? 23? Thank you. Forest. What is this? A clammy prowler? Now, do we play a Megalodon? I think we play a big ass. Put it on the board. I'm punting? What am I punting? So they have 10 cards. So if they had more than 10 cards, I was going to, let's see if we can view battlefield. I was going to then enter the Enigma, the Dagger Maw. So I was going to swing for 15 of unblockable and then just mill them out of whatever they had left. The Mind Skinner did it again, man. Did it again. All right, Michael. You said, what did Michael say here? 2 wins or less. All right, so we're currently at Michael's prediction of 2 wins. We're gonna put it on the board here. We're at 2-0. And we're gonna see how this goes. See if we can beat Michael's prediction. I believe Bearded Mana, you you went with minimum 7 wins. That's steep. That's steep. But we'll see what we can do. We'll try. Okay. We'll take it. Decent little mana base. All right, we got a 4th land. So we can play Kona. So we can now play everything in our hand, which is good. Manifest Dread. Draw a card. Sure. Awesome. We're going to pitch one of the lands. Nice. Got a Cryptic Cartographer. Glad I pitched a land. Probably should have pitched the forest. I need the 3 blue. But if we manifest Dread here, we get 2. Dang it. Draw a card. Pitching all my blues into the graveyard. I need my blues for the mind card, Mind Slayer. All right. I have something similar. I think we hold. We don't have Delirium. We just have 3 lands in our graveyard. Okay. Fair, fair, fair. So we block here. Okay. Nice. So it's mainly there as a blocker. Creature. This is an artifact creature. It's a 5/4. I think I need to throw out the regular creature. So if they do try to swing with the Head Shredder, now I can just double block with Wary Watchdog. That's the goal. Maybe. Come on, Bruni. Nice. It's gonna draw out their removal if they have it. I think we do this. Okay. Nice. Fucking Altanok. Fucking Altanok the whole time? The whole time? That's unfortunate. Got a loss. 2-2. 5 more wins minimum. Oh, the Altanok the whole time? No way. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Got a weary watchdog out there. Sure. I think we threw away maybe too many lands. What is this one? I haven't seen this one. Nice. Just exchange. Call it good. Okay. We got the lands that we need. We get Kona the Rescue Beastie out here. Nice. Onto the battlefield. No blocks. Are they gonna do Moldering Gym or Weight Room? They got a little bit better Manifest Dread deck than I do. They could have the same thing. Solid. Swinging for 8. And a fucking Altanach again. Jesus Christ. That's game. Oh, Michael the non-believer cursed us. Michael the non-believer. Not the greatest debut into platinum. We did get 2 wins. Let's take a look at the deck here and see what went wrong. I think I already know what went wrong. We didn't have a lot of removal, which was the big problem. We didn't really have any removal. We had a lot of evasion, which was the strategy. We had 0 removal, which was the problem. We could have used a little bit more Manifest Dread. We had great synergies with if we could Manifest Dread, but if we Manifest Dread, we had 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ways to Manifest Dread. Probably needed a couple more ways, get that up to 8 or 9 ways to Manifest Dread. And then we had some great synergies once we were actually manifesting Dread, but the outside of that is we just didn't have any removal. We really need to prioritize that as well. We were just kind of going for evasion, going for aggression, getting in there, doing damage was sort of the goal. But we paid for it. We paid for it. So let's go actually take a quick look. So this was the deck. We went 2 and 3. Let's view the draft replay real quick. We grabbed Paranormal Analyst. I think it was a coin flip between these two, Cursed Windbreaker and Paranormal Analyst. We were definitely steering clear of the survival mechanism. Emerge for Cocoon and Fear of Immobility are stuff that are going to come back around. Kona Rescue Beastie, again, it was a survival mechanic, so I was kind of avoiding it. Patch Plaything as a white is good if you have a way to like either Manifest Dread it or something of that along those lines. So that could have been a potential grab, but we ended up grabbing Wickerfolk Thresher, which I think is probably one of the better options. We could have snagged Disturbing Mirth. That's also a really good card. So we can keep our eye on like what was available in black and red. I do think green and blue were really open through our drafting. Like we see a bunch of green. We got some good blue, like Unable to Scream on turn 3. So like people were not grabbing that. Potentially Glassworks if we were looking at red in any way. Again, some okay red, like nice go wide. Not real good sack targets that would go well with Disturbing Mirth. So we did end up going with Moldering Gym because it is a Manifest Dread target. Here we just straight up grabbed Manifest Dread. Looking for like sack targets. Not really. Nothing good in the red and black. Demonic Council. Like we didn't have any demons. This is a spirit. This is a horror. We grabbed Wary Watchdog here. I think it's probably the best bet. Here, same thing. We could have either done Enter the Enigma or Grasping Longneck. Definitely needed some more removal. I probably should have just grabbed the straight up Manifest Dread again in here versus the Stalked Researcher. We didn't have a lot of ways to trigger Eerie this time around, so Manifest Dread would probably have been the better choice, or a Terramorphic Expanse. Here, not a lot of great choices. We grabbed the Dagger Maw. Now we got a Stalked Researcher. Horrid Vigor. Cult Healer was garbage. Attack in the Box garbage. Demonic Council garbage. Silent Hallkeeper was definitely the best card here. I don't feel bad about grabbing that one at all. Other potential candidates would have been Coordinated Clobbering, Razorkin Horde Caller if we were in red and black. We can take a look now because the direction has switched. If red and black would have been more open, but Silent Hallkeeper was definitely the strongest card here. I still like the Mind Skinner pull. Fear of Isolation is another potential play, especially if you have that room that like locks things down or makes the player pick up a card. Black. If we were in black and red, some cards to be on the lookout for. Fear of Being Hunted is also a solid card. It's basically removal because they have to block it. But the Mind Skinner was a great grab. I felt good about that. Here, if we were in black, we could have got this. There's not a ton of ways to grab life, though, so it's okay. This is okay as well. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a time counter on Cursed Recording. Then if there are 7 or more time counters on it, remove those counters and it deals 20 damage to you. When you next cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. You may choose a new target for it. So if you're in red and black and you cast a removal, you can do it twice essentially. So that is pretty nice, and it is pretty hard to get to 7 or more time counters on it. You just got to be careful. Don't kill yourself. So red or black, that might have been a choice. Fear-filled test is also not bad. It's a 2/7. It's got a big ass on it, which is really nice. But then if it does damage to something, I get to draw cards. But we ended up grabbing Fanatic Strength. I don't feel terrible about that grab. Paranormal Analyst was another good grab. If we were in red and black, Sawblade Skin Ripper would have been open. So like the fact that it's open on pack 2, pick 4 probably tells me that I could have worked my way into black and red. We'll keep our eye out and see if there was some other options. Honestly, this would probably have been my chance to splash white. I thought about that a little too late. White is also a good synergy for Manifest Dread. So if I had grabbed Unsettling Twins, that could have been a great way to Manifest Dread. Over Bashful Beastie, it's going to be a little bit cheaper, one colorless cheaper. And so that's something that we could have grabbed another one. Growing Dread, I think, was the better grab if we are going Manifest Dread. So we could have grabbed this. But then if we were in white, we would have also had access to some additional removal, like Trapped in the Screen. Cryptid Inspector, I think, was the right call here. Maybe Flesh Burrower to give some things. Death Touch. Unsettling Twins again. So yeah, definitely could have splashed white for Manifesting Dread. And if we had splashed white, we could have grabbed something like Emerge from Cocoon, would probably be a little bit better. This is a removal. Could also be good. This was fine based off what's here. This was fine. Maybe Fear-filled test. And now if we were in white, we could have done something like a Friendly Ghost or the Shepherding Spirits, and the Plane Cycling would have helped us. Cult Healer. Now we get into pack 2 or pack 3, pick 1. Then it opens up some things. Like we could have grabbed Glimmer Seeker. We did have quite a few ways to make things like get through, but Glimmer Seeker probably would have been a little bit better. But overall, I don't feel terrible, even if we had splashed white to go with Kona. Fear of Falling was still a good choice here. Patchwork Beastie, we didn't have a great way to get to Delirium at this point. So I think Fear of Falling was fine. Grabbing the staple of Oblivious Bookworm was definitely a good grab. This would, again, if we were to splash white, this would have been a really great choice to grab, a Shard Mage Rescue. We did grab a land, which wasn't a bad choice either. Growing Dread, grabbed another one of those. I think compared to the table, still a good fit. Wary Watchdog, definitely. I mean, I wouldn't take it even if we were splashing white. Saw, though, tells me, that's a good sack card for like the red-black. Hardened Escort probably would have been what I'd snagged here if we had splashed white. If we'd splashed white, we would have grabbed this guy too. Yeah, we probably should have splashed white. The rest of these were kind of garbage picks. Splash white, we would have grabbed Hardened Escort. Okay, so we missed the opportunity to splash white to really kind of fix it. That would have grabbed us a couple removals, a couple more ways to Manifest Dread, which would have got us in that like 8-9 territory with the Unsettling Twins, which would have been fine. And then we had the that room that would have been available to us that does anything with 3 or more, so we could have board wiped some folks a couple times. So overall, I think the mistake here was not keeping ourselves open to some other colors to potentially splash. We lacked removal in the deck, which we paid for and got the 2 win. Michael got the win here as the guest. He said no more than 2 wins. Non-believer, but he was right. So all in all, this is what we need to do. We need to learn from our drafts. We need to go review those, see what our options are, And so again, it's just kind of taking that step back, looking wider at your options and realizing I could have smoothed out the draft quite a bit if I had splashed white. And there was a good opportunity to do so. But we went 2 and 3. Not a bad debut. We didn't go 0 and 3 or 1 and 3. So, you know, a little bit better than a couple of the other things. If you've made it this far in the video, I appreciate you. And of course, I'm going to ask you, go ahead, like, subscribe, leave a comment. It all helps the algorithm. My YouTube channel is all about my path to pro. I declared this summer I'm trying to qualify for the Magic the Gathering Pro Tour in the next 5 years. And so I'm going to be documenting that journey, doing things like Bronze to Mythic runs to work on drafting. I do RCQ and IRL draft vlogs whenever I can do the drafts in person, but I do RCQs nearly every weekend. So there's usually a vlog every week for that. We do news pieces, and then we even record some of our league runs in MTGO when we have time to do those as well. And if you're on the live stream, I appreciate you as well. If you're hanging out, you know, like it if you're on YouTube, subscribe if you're on YouTube, and then follow along if you're on Twitch. I appreciate all the support. But as we like to end every video, until next time, we'll catch you at the table.